Hello everyone, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's Wargame World with another Bill Basement Jibber Jabber talk. It's Sunday the 14th, it's very early in the morning. My wife is resting, and as many of you know, if she's trying to sleep, I can't make a lot of noise because of the puppers. So, well, I hope you all enjoyed the two Lexington Concord games to help support the Weiss Fork battlefield. The new cordless mic, it turns out it had some issues, but it is what it is, and I will say I had a lot of nice comments that the audio wasn't as bad as it could have been. I did run it through an app. Somebody sent me a nice note, and an app that helps clean up bad audio. And I ran it through, and it did help. So right now we're going to be gluing French troops to bases. And this is French Indian War. And yes, we could also use them for like the siege of Yorktown. So, that's what we're doing, and we're going to start off with trying to build the French Milice unit. These were painted by Jim Shaw or Josh. I'm sorry I forgot you guys, but they are 3D painted, 54 millimeter, by the great Josh Warliff. So we're going to try to get them on bases. So there's I know there's 11 of them. There. Okay. Well, so what's coming up? Well, I'm moving all my ships, which are sailing ships, ironclads, let's see, ironclads, sailing ships, Spanish-American warships. They're all going to be taken down to the Virginia home, along with a couple tables and some blue cloth for the open ocean. So now, received a nice note from someone who said my Milice should be in a more of a skirmish look. So for right now, we're looking at doing something to that effect. What do you think of that? So 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11. We're going to need another figure here at some point, which hopefully we'll figure one out. So all right. So we have our Milice unit done. Then we have the big French unit. We have the French Marines. Now these are 3D printed by Josh. And we're going to go ahead and sap them off next. And Josh is a great friend in the world of wargaming. I've known him since he's, I think, about 14. So, in the Gettysburg area gamers. So our No Stress Facebook site has a section of files. And in that file section, you can find a lot of neat things, such as newsletters and rules. So I encourage you to join our Facebook group run by Derek and half a dozen people. Martin Knight from England. We have a person in Claude Bailey who's in Arizona. So it's we got a half a dozen people that, you know, make sure we don't have anything odd within the site where people are posting to purchase anything strange in that sense. And right now I'm trying to decide how to do the rest of these French Marines, but we'll figure it out. Some of these are BMC. Some, of course, are 3D printed. We have Regiment de Lorraine, and we also have a lot of French Marines with white and blue. And this French army is going to look pretty darn spiffy once all completed. Oops, we got a red cuff with a blue cuff. That would be bad. I'd have people yelling at me. So, I don't know. We get the Regiment de Lorraine, the Queen's Regiment. I used to belong to the Queen's Regiment. Donnie Kramer is the captain still, so if you're interested in joining a French and Indian War unit, they are fully functional. Great unit, great people. Mike Malecki is a sergeant. He's been around for a zillion years. So but these units, once they're, this is going to make a huge difference for me, having these set up in this format, because I just really wasn't getting motivated to pull out all these figures all the time, individually based, where now it's going to be really easy just to say grab the plastic tubs of Frenchmen and get them together. So I haven't quite figured this all out. Now I have some artillerymen that I painted. Oops, there we go. And now many of the artillery soldiers for the French army actually wore red, which is interesting because typically their uniforms, of course, are a whitish gray. So the French army would have several layers of clothing, and I have videos on my history channel, which I encourage you to join or subscribe to Bill's History World. And they have you have a vest and a sleeveless coat, and then you also have a vestee, which is a coat identical to the other coat, but it has sleeves. And then you have your Justicorps, which is the big white or grayish looking coat. And then over that you'd have a capot, which is another Justicorps, and it could have a hood. And So you'd be wearing several layers of wool, which, and I have done that also. So as we form out our units here, put him back here with him, and all right, so we're starting to get a look of our French army. Now if you're at home painting and you're in Australia or something, let me know. You know, it's neat to hear from people from all over the country. It really is. It's nice to hear that, you know, I have somebody watching or from afar. Now, the French Marine flag, oops, sorry about that. I have to trim that and re-glue it, but that's okay. And so we have several leaders. We have the flag bearer here for the Regiment de Lorraine flag. We'll get that trimmed and fixed also. We're going to put that there. And we got drummers. There we go. And we need a Don Kramer character. There we go. Oops. Be nice if I used the right color cuffs. So we need a red over there. Okay. Much better. Looking good. Get the rest of these artillery figures out. So for artillerymen, and you can't see them because there. So we have our artillery. I also believe I painted these too, which I'm not the best painter for multiple reasons. All right, we have a Lassar flag. We found my missing mortar from last year's Historicon game. Okay, and another artillery. Now I guess I need a leader for the Milice. We're going to put him here. And then all right. So I got enough to make one more. Now the Burn unit, the French unit, they're out of Canada in real life. They're a reenactment unit, but I have fallen in with them in the past, and I gotta say they're a great match of reenactors, historians. My French is horrible, and they pretty much only spoke French, so that was interesting. But at Fort Niagara, they were just fantastic to me. So, well, we have a couple officers. We'll just lay out here like that, and of course we still have a couple flag bearers and our gunners. So gunner wise, it looks like we have 2, 4, 6, 7, and a liter. So, wow. For right now, we'll put this off to the side, and let's grab another plastic tub of figures. And we'll pause the camera here, and okay, everyone, let's we're gonna look at putting some of these together. Well, I've received some really neat notes recently regarding my work that I try to do with the History Channel, and I have not been doing as much history stuff because I haven't been able to travel as much with Goober the Traveling Bear because of home life issues. But we did do a lot at the Daffodil Festival last week and made some videos. But I received a really neat note from a historian. I won't say his name, but he's sort of well, I guess he wasn't all that enthused with how I do my history stuff and with Goober the Traveling Bear. I think he I could have been more serious, I guess. And but anyhow, he sent a very nice note that he decided he is incorrect on that, and it turns out that he is a big patron trying to help support Weiss Fork Battlefield like I am, and fighting development of military battlefields and historic sites. And he actually is quite positive now, which for me was nice that it took me serious. So we're now working on some new grenadiers, and at some point I'm gonna go upstairs and check on the wife, but for right now we'll get this tub of British figures done, I think, and then go from there. So I've heard from John the sheriff, and he told me he watched the entire video, several of my very long videos where I babble, and he still had time to go out and apprehend the bad guys. So he said there's always time for wargaming, and I thought that was sort of funny. But you know, all the police officers and such, they all have a tough job. You know, they have to help everybody, and at the same time, you know, public relations have become an issue with the police, and hopefully that trust is coming back and the different issues there. But I thank all the police and firemen and military people that help keep America and everyone safe. And with the issues going on overseas, we are flying 2 American flags, or 3, 2 out front and then 1 on the back porch. So we are, and as everyone knows, Goober the Traveling Bear and I don't do politics, but we are proud supporters of police, firemen, and the military, and the Coast Guard. I remember the Coast Guard. Emmett Baker was in the Gettysburg. He was a Coast Guard helicopter swimmer diver. And boy, did he have some crazy stories of having to jump out of a helicopter and rescue drowning people, and so but right now I have yet to check the news this morning, and sort of doing that on purpose. So we'll check it a little bit later. It's Jim Shaw painted these, and boy, he did a real nice job. Thank you, Jim Shaw, if you're watching this video. So I'm going to go upstairs and check on the wife, see about making her some tea. This was just a fun, quick video, and I have a lot of figures yet to mount up on these bases. And that's about it for now. Stay safe, everyone. Be kind, be courteous. Thank you for watching and supporting the Weiss Fork Battlefield Fund.